Hello everyone. By now you should have received this amazing 3D printing solution. So the first step is to open the box. And to start with, you should actually unscrew. There would be 4 screws here. So you should unscrew these 4 screws. So the first thing you do, you open the box. You put this somewhere safe. And then in this box, in this main box, is a 3D printer. You're going to need a pair of scissors. Chrysomu, can you bring us the scissors, please? So you have your pair of scissors. You have to cut it open. Okay. And this is a very important part. An ideal scenario is to find a place, for example, this table here is very stable because the 3D printer is shaking a lot. You don't want something that is just, that has a lot of vibration. So the table should be like a very solid table, let's say, okay? Before you actually take the printer to put it on the desk, you're gonna need a power supply. So somewhere to put the plugs on, okay? So first step, and you're gonna need 2 persons to do that. Chryso, come over here. You're gonna take this side, okay? So these 2 handles, let's say, is to pick up the printer. So we're gonna pick it up, okay? We're not gonna use our hands. We're just gonna use these things here. We're gonna lift it up and we're gonna put it over here, okay? So take it up, bravo. Come this side, and you're gonna put the printer here. Now, it's very important to do it you need to be 2 persons. Otherwise, you're gonna hurt your back because it happened to me. So you need 2 persons, you lift it up together, you see the printer in a solid way. Now, so you have actually put the printer from the box into the table you have chosen for the printer to be. Bear in mind that it would be very wise not to put it near a window. Sometimes people forget the window open, then humidity comes in and you're gonna destroy this. So it needs to be somewhere safe and somewhere again stable. So you don't want to tear this up. This is the wrong way to do it because a lot of equipment, very, very delicate, let's say. So what you're going to do, you're going to use the scissors and you want to cut everything down very carefully, not to scratch anything. Okay, take it all the way down. And then this way. Thank you, Chryso. Okay. And then move it all the way up. And again, you're gonna need 2 persons to do this. Do not grab from here. Do not grab from here. I mean, everything around it is very sensitive. So the only way to pick up the printer is to put your hands at the bottom, okay? So Chryso, put your hand somewhere there. Bravo. And then put your other hand here, and then you lift it up, and then we remove the sellotape. That's it. So now you have the printer already set up, okay? Again, do not touch these to grab it. They have no, let's say, structural force, okay? Or the side panels here or from here. This is just to open the doors. So you have the printer here. And at the bottom, you have these anti-vibrations. We custom made this so when it vibrates, it gives you a better print quality. So the next step will be to install the base. So the base, which I'm going to show you now, which is this one, okay? You pick it up from the box. You open it very carefully. Okay. So that's the USB that you need to connect. And you see these 4 points, you're gonna have to, the printer should actually sit on this. So that's the back side, that's the front side. So again, Chryso will come here for a minute. Let's move the printer a little bit on the side. Perfect. So we're gonna have to pick it up from the side, and then we're gonna have to sit it on there, okay? So I'm gonna pick it up from here. You do the same from your side. Exactly. Lift it up a little bit, bravo, and come and seat it. All right. So you need to make sure that the black anti-vibration nickels sit down everywhere. So you are set. So now the printer is unboxed, you have the base installed, and if this cable is not connected, you just connect it like that. So that will give power to the screen. The next step is very simple. You need to install the camera. Now, the camera, it should come in a box like this. So you would take the camera, there is a sticker on the bottom, you unfold the sticker and you put the camera like this, and then you bend the camera to look on the printer. What we actually did here, we created a camera, which I'm going to show you in a later episode, how you're going to connect the camera with your phone so you can actually see the printer remotely. Okay, so now we have everything set. We need to connect the power. So let's find the power cable. So this is a power cable for the 3D printer. You just have to plug it in. And you just have to connect it on the back of the 3D printer. That's going to turn on the 3D printer. And also you have this plug that is a USB power. So you need to plug this also. And you're going to have to connect the camera, the base, and also the screen at the bottom. So all these three now, you are sure that you have your camera connected, you have the 3D printing connected, and then the last thing you need to connect is your router. Now, everything you see here is pre-registered with IP addresses and everything, so it's a bit complicated of a system, but it's not complicated for you. What I'm trying to say is that you need to power up this Wi-Fi to enable you to actually start printing. So after you unbox, you're going to power it up. You need to plug it in from here, and then you're going to have to give it Ethernet from this side. So I'm going to do it here now. I'm going to put the Ethernet like that. And then it's a red light, which is going to turn into green-white color. When you see that going on, you basically said this Wi-Fi is connected with the camera and the printer and any system that is already here. Do not, and please do not try to reset the printer. Everything is already set up. So if you want to tell to the technician, just tell them that you need Ethernet connection, and that's all. Everything else is preset. So you have the 3D printer. You have the 3D printer connected. You have your Wi-Fi connection ready. Let's go to see how you're gonna install your first filament. So we have actually provided 4 filaments. 2 out of them, they are white. You're gonna use them to 3D print a face, and I put an extra 2 for any project that we're gonna do later on. So in the box, you're gonna find 4 filaments. In my case, I have a red and a black and white. You're going to have different colors. Thank you very much. And then today, we're going to install a white filament. So you unbox it. You can open the plastic like that. Remove this for moisture. And then you have your filament ready to go. Now it's very important every time you install a filament, you see how bad it is? I mean, these lines, they're bendy. So this will cause problems for the printer. So what you want to do is come here and make a straight cut. So you have a straight piece like that. Now, a big mistake that everybody is doing, when they cut something like this, just cut it like that. And they leave it loose. This is wrong because sometimes the filament, it doesn't go straight. So you need to keep attention to this before you install it, okay? So grab it out like this, okay? And then So you have your filament ready now. As I said, it's straightforward. You cut it straight, so it's not going to cause any problems. The next thing to do is actually prepare where the filament is going to sit. Now for this, it's a straightforward solution. You just push it down, like that. And then there is another part here, and you have this tube. Basically, the filament will pass in, and you just put the tube and you press it in. So now you have everything ready. You have the base that the filament will sit, then you have the tube that you connected with this part. Now, it's time to put the filament in the printer so you can start actually printing. So, as I said, you take it with both of your hands, you put it over here, okay? And then you need to be very careful. You don't want to push this, you don't want to put any force on this. You just want to hold it from here on the back, and then push the filament, a small hole over there, and just keep going until you find, until you're gonna feel it that something, you know, has reached that specific point. Okay. So what's next? You need to actually tell to the printer how to load the filament. So you actually push the filament and it went all the way here. I can give a close-up with the camera to show you exactly what I mean. So the filament went from here, it passed from the side, it went all the way here, and the filament there now is waiting there for the printer to load it, okay? But to do that, you need to actually say to the, you need to click on the printer, please load the filament. So you've done this all manually, now it's the printer's job to actually load the filament. So I'm gonna close the top, and I'm gonna go to the main screen, and you're going to click the second one, you're going to go right, then you're going to click where it says feeding. Okay, so we need to feed it the filament. So I'm going to click feeding, and I'm going to click on the load button. So what's going to do now, if you see on the screen it says here 250 degrees, it's going to take the nozzle to 350 degrees, and it's going to load the filament in. Now, a very nice way to actually be sure that the filament was loaded is to wait until it goes to 140 degrees. Let's wait for it. 170. Takes around 1 and 2 minutes. 192, 200. And this is going to come in the front. Then when it moves back, it's going to try to load. So it's heating up now. It's trying to get 250 degrees. So you can put your hands here, and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the printer actually taking the filament in. So the screen now tells you, are you done? Is the filament already there? If you're not sure, just click on the back and say retry. So keep your hand there, and you're going to feel the filament actually, that's what I'm feeling now. So the filament is actually going inside. So now you're 100% sure that the filament is actually in the system and ready for you to print. And then I'm going to click done. That's it, finish. So we are ready now. You have powered up your printer. You have already set up the router. You have already installed the filament. And now it's time to actually see the software. So now it's time to install the software. In the box, you're going to find a USB. Mine is white here, but yours should be like a black USB with a number on, counting from 1 to 9. So you put a USB in your computer, and this folder will appear. The first, you need to click on it. The first thing to do is click on, then open the software. So as soon as you click here to open the software will open. And you need to select your region. I'm going to select Europe. I'm going to click next. Now the system you have, the Bamboo Lab you have there, with the solution is 0.4. So you're going to deselect the other ones. You're going to leave only 0.4. Then you're going to click next. Then we go to Polylite PLA. That's the filaments that we're going to use. Later on, we're going to use some other filaments. But at the point of time to get you started, we're going to use Polylite PLA. And for this specific solution, we only selected to use one brand of filaments. So do not try to use any other type of filaments. Everything is pre-calibrated and designed for this specific brand, let's say. This way we can avoid misalignment, or sometimes the filament gets stuck because it's an expensive machine. So we're using only one brand, and for this project we're going to use Polylite PLA. So you choose the PLA, the Polylite, you click next, then you're going to click here to install the network plugin. It takes a few minutes to install. So this is installed. I'm going to allow access so it can connect remotely to the internet. Then I'm going to close it. Now the next step is to log into your account. As I said before, everything is pre-logged into the cloud. You don't need to do nothing. All you need to do is click on the register button here. So now it's time to log in to your account. So you click on the home button, you go login and register, and here a screen will appear. I'm going to log out from the previous one I had. And your password and username, again, is on the USB where it says password and username. So all you have to do is go here, copy and paste the email address, which we already set up for you. And then you're going to go back and copy and paste your password. You're going to click agree to all terms and use, and basically you need to sign in. And then you're going to have to click Bamboo Lab Cloud. I'm going to click OK. So now you're logged into the software and you're basically ready to go. This software is connected to the cloud. Your printer is also connected to the cloud. What I recommend, because what I strongly recommend, is that you get the technicians to install a clear line on the router and also give you access, on your laptops. Because when you install the plugin, it needs to have access. They know what to do. But yeah, so let's continue. Now it's time to make the first test. If you go where it says click here to see project and startup videos, if you click on it, it will take you directly to a Google Drive, which are created so we can share resources. So the first test we're going to do is called Benchy. So I'm going to download it on my computer. I'm going to save it on my desktop. And then I'm going to go back to my software and I'm going to click File, Import STLs. And I'm going to go on my desktop. And that was a Benchy STL. So I'm going to open this one. And that's basically my first 3D printing design. So now we're going to print our model. After you import it, everything is here. You can see it on the plate. And then you're going to click Slice Plate. It's going to slide everything down to the point. It's going to make basically all the layers. And all you have to do after slicing, you need to print plate. So you finish your first print. Now it's time to take basically your design outside the printer. So you open the door, simple as that, and then you have the printing plate that you need to remove. Now, a wrong way to do it is actually pull it all the way here. This is magnetic, so it's holding together. So way to do it is lift it up, okay, and bring it outside. And then you can remove your print, simple as that. If you want to clean your plate, I totally recommend, we have provided a toolbox for you. So you can use this plastic to clean the plate or whatever, filament is left over. If something is very, very hard to remove with this, use this one, but I don't really recommend it as long as it's necessary, because maybe sometimes you can scratch the plate. You're gonna also have these two, one cutter and another cutter to remove, maybe some extra filament that's gonna be on your 3D printed design. So if you want to put the plate again, the same way, you don't put it this way and you push it in. You just lift it up like that, and slowly you go and move it at the end, and you leave it to go to the magnet. Let me just show you one more time. Lift it up, remove it. That's your plate. You want to install it. You lift it up again, and diagonally you put it to touch on the left and the side, and then you see it's wrong now. So I'm going to lift it up and put it this way. You need to make sure these sides don't go this way, or this side doesn't go this way, because it's going to hit there. So you need to align these two. So lift it up again, and that's it. Okay, so remove it, lift it up and remove it, lift it up and place it left hand side, and that's it. So that's where it comes to removing the plate and doing your first print. We're going to provide a more detailed instructions in a week's time, because we're going to do we're going to have this academy, as I said before, on Trello. So we're going to have each step individually. This video, I made it really fast to get you going, because I know you got the boxes and you really want to use the printers. And if you got any problems through this process, feel free to email me and contact me immediately. The faster I know, the faster I can help you. That's it. So enjoy your first print, and let's talk soon. Thank you very much.